Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cincy Sports Card Rips. Tonight we're doing kind of a special episode, or a different episode. We are not opening something. We are trying to help out people who are new to the hobby. As you may or may not know, one of the reasons why we do these videos is so that, one, to help people who are new to the hobby see what's in some of these different products, and two, hopefully try to encourage some of the younger generations to get into this hobby that I've enjoyed for a number of years. So with that being said, we're going to kind of just go through and talk about some different things. I kind of went through some of the pages on Facebook and saw some of the different questions that were being asked and try to just tackle some of the biggest questions I see, the most common questions. So one of the first things I saw is just some confusion, and this is very basic, and some of it's going to be kind of a no-brainer to a lot of you, but I still want to tackle it. The difference in ways to protect your individual cards and what to put them in. So if you have a card you want to protect, put it in a sleeve, or sometimes called a penny sleeve. If it is a more valuable card, top loaders are a great way. And one of the things you can do is, if you have a card that's hard to get into a top loader, if you just take it and kind of tap it on your finger, you can get it to go right on in there. There's also what's called snap tights. There's also some mag holders or one-touch holders. I don't have any mag holders or the one-touches, but I do have a couple snap tights. And I think it's important to show you these. This is a snap tight. It's kind of dusty. Sorry about that. I don't use these a whole lot. And then this is another snap tight. This is a 10-card snap tight. Some people put jersey cards in there. I've done that from time to time as well, especially if you have an oversized one. It sometimes works. I also point out with these top loaders, there's different size top loaders. I am currently out of all of the other thicker sizes. But there's thicker sizes you can get that will take care of jersey cards and other thicker cards that will not even come close to fitting in just a regular top loader. But if you're going to use one of these snap tights, be very careful. I don't know if how well it'll show up here, but there's a ridge here where the card should sit in, if I don't drop it. And what I've seen a lot of times is people put a card in here and it won't be all the way in. It'll be kind of, if I can get the card out now, it'll be kind of off-centered, so that when they put the top part on, it then bends the card. So if you're going to use a snap tight, make sure it's in the ridges. It'll usually fit right in there. And then voila. Okay, next question that I see, and this is actually probably the most common, is doing comp prices. The easiest way to do this is to go on eBay. Let me pull over the computer. And yes, I am using the old computer tonight. See if we can get this to work. So, trying to get the best angle here. Let's look up I'll put this down for a second. We'll just do a Ken Griffey Jr. Tops traded rookie card. Okay, so take this off the stand. So as you can see, Ken Griffey Jr. Tops traded rookie card. We're gonna go ahead and enter for the search. And we're gonna get a whole lot of stuff, including the unopened stuff, 4-card lot. Now, a lot of people stop at this process, and this really isn't gonna give you a true bearing, because sometimes you'll see cards on here that are just going for a crazy amount of money that's not even realistic. And you'll notice with those that there's no bids. I haven't seen anything like that yet. But what I always do is I always scroll down, and on the left side here, you'll see a place for sold items. Click on that, and then it will show you exactly what they have sold for on eBay, and it shows you the most recent sales. So if you've got a card and you're wondering, what should I sell this for, or what, how, even if you're not looking to sell it, how much is this valued at? Best way and easiest way to do it is go to eBay, type in the card, search it up, and then click on the sold, and that'll show you what that card has been selling for, and you can get a good bearing then of what your card is worth. So see, a lot of times online people say, I don't know what this card's worth, can somebody help me? That's the easiest way to do it. If you're unsure what the card is, if you don't know the exact title of it, do some searches on there and try to describe it as best you can. Use the title if it's an insert card. Use whatever title you have on the insert card. If it's a not an insert card, but a base card or rookie card, use the year. But yeah, that is the easiest and the best way to do it. When you're looking at the comps, condition plays a huge factor in the pricing. If you have a card that has dinged up corners, as you can see, this card is pretty good condition. If these corners were dinged, or if this card had a huge crease going through the middle, or even if it was off-centered, that would really play a big factor in some of this as well. Is that, people are looking for good centered cards. So the condition, when you're looking at your card, you can't compare a card that is in perfect condition to a card you may have that has all kinds of dings or tears or whatever to it. It's not going to be the same price. All right, so that is always going to play a factor, and I know that kind of goes without saying for a lot of us, but there's a lot of new people in this that they get an old card. I had someone not too long ago with an older Johnny Bench rookie card, and this thing, it looked like what you hear about every story from the kids in those days, where it was in the bicycle spokes. It was beat to heck and back, and this guy thought he had a really nice card, an expensive card, and I had to tell him, if that card was in great condition, or even a heck of a lot better condition, it would be valuable. But as it was really had very little value to it. And with older cards, some people do don't mind the I shouldn't say do like, but they don't mind if they're beat up a little bit. But for the most part, people want cards that are in great condition. All right, sorry, I'm going through my notes here trying to figure out or make sure I cover everything. As far as the different products in baseball, everything's mainly Topps. Panini does have cards that are baseball. They're not licensed, so if you look at a Panini card, I should have brought one out. Although I don't do much Panini because I like the licensed cards only in myself. That's my own personal preference. But if you look at a Panini baseball card, it won't show that team's logo, it won't say the team's name. It'll just say Cincinnati or New York or Seattle or whatever it may be. It won't actually say the Texas Rangers or St. Louis Cardinals or anything like that. It'll just say Chicago. Or whatever city it may be. Topps is the main one. Topps has a ton of different products out. If you're just getting started, I would recommend doing either the Topps regular series, the Series 1, Series 2. If you are kind of older and you're just getting started, but you like the way some of the older cards look, you have the Heritage, which takes cards from previous years and puts in today's players on those designs. I really enjoy the Heritage series. I do the regular Topps series each year. It's just a good set to build, I think. will find different products in different areas though. So there are retail products and then there's hobby products. This is an example here, and this is a box we'll be opening on a different video. This is a 2023 Topps Series 2, and this is a mega box. So this is a retail box. This is not something you should find in a hobby box, although I have seen some hobby shops where they'll go to retail places and buy it and to sell in their shop. But yeah, this is a retail box. This here, for example, is back the camera up so you can see it, is an example of a hobby box. This is opened, so there's nothing to see in here. The hobby boxes do not say hobby on them. This is another example. This is in last year's Topps Chrome. This is a retail box. These are the most common ones that I see in hobby shops, though, is these little blasters. Couple questions I saw recently online, wanting to know if Series 1 is a better series than Series 2, and if Series 2 is like a lower quality. The answer to that is no, but it also kind of depends. Topps doesn't intentionally make one series better than the other, but what you may find is that one of the series may have better rookies in it, especially if you have a lot of later rookies or rookies who Topps, I guess, wasn't expecting to be in the big leagues at the beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden they are. Series 2 may be a better series because it has better rookies in it. But it's, as far as I know, Topps isn't doing that intentionally. Maybe in some years they are. But it's not designed overall to be Series 1 is a better series. It's different cards. You will not get Series 2 cards in Series 1 packs, and same with vice versa. Another big thing that I've seen, working in a card shop as well as just online, is the junk era stuff. And what junk era is typically referring to is mid 80s through mid 90s. Some people consider it up to like almost late 90s. It all kind of depends on who you're talking to. With some, I typically kind of look at it as kind of 86, 87 through 95, 96-ish. And the reason it's called junk era is that there's so much of this product produced. You can find a ton of it still out there. You can find unopened boxes. When I mean a ton of it's still out there, it's not that uncommon to go into especially a card shop and find late 80s, early 90s baseball card boxes that are unopened. It's just everywhere. We kind of have it. This is an example of an 89 Bowman box and 89 Donruss box right here. As I knock the camera over. That's awesome video stuff right there. So there's not a whole lot of value in these cards. It doesn't mean that there's no value. And you can find some cards that will have value. For example, Ken Griffey Jr.'s rookie card is in that time frame. And there's a lot of other Hall of Famers whose rookie cards are in that time frame. And their cards have value. Now, with some of them, and some of the better players of that time frame, it doesn't help that was also the high point of the steroid era. So you have cards like Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, who, at one point had a whole lot of value, who now, especially with Sammy, it doesn't seem like Sammy's cards have a whole lot of value. It's been a while since I've looked at them, so I may be wrong. That could be something that's changed and Sammy's cards have gone up for some reason. But yeah, there's just not a whole lot of value in those eras. In the past, there was other brands besides Topps that were licensed. You also had Upper Deck, Fleer, Score, Leaf, amongst others. So if you're looking at cards from previous years, and I think you have to go back past, I think it's 2008 or 9, if I'm not mistaken. If not, someone can correct me on here. And you'll find other brands. And basically what happened around that time frame, 2008, 2009, 2010, is that Major League just gave sole exclusivity to Topps. And NFL and NBA gave sole exclusivity to Panini. Now that's all changing in a couple years. Fanatics is going to have exclusivity with baseball, football, and basketball. They've already bought out Topps, so you know there may be some changes, and I believe that goes into effect in either 2025 or 2026. But in previous years, you can find some other variety besides Topps. As I mentioned, football and basketball, it's exclusively Panini. Topps occasionally will do like some college stuff, but and I think I've heard Wildcard is still trying to do some stuff with football, but Topps will try to do some basketball every now and then. But by and large, it's Panini products that you'll find. Like I said before, in past years though, you also had Topps, Upper Deck, Score, Fleer, for both of them, as well as some other brands as well. So a lot of variety in the past. I kind of miss the past, just because you had so many different brands you could use to buy or to select from, and it wasn't just one. And in my opinion, it kind of kept the prices down, where where football and basketball now are just kind of really high and have kind of outpriced the kids from being in this. I believe that is the main things I've seen so far. If you ever have any questions, you can contact us. I do not mind answering questions about the card collecting as a whole, or any individual questions. I have no problem answering those. Want to see more people get into it, please check out our Facebook page, and also please like, share, and subscribe this video, and we'll be back with more videos. Thank you all. Thank you for watching.